All right, you guys are in for a treat. You guys see this haircut? My goodness, I had to replace it. I had to fix this, so keep watching. Hey, what's going on, guys? Gunther the Great here, and these are the products I'm going to be using in today's video. I got two brushes. I have a hard bristle brush and a small soft bristle brush from Diane. That's pretty hard to say, but anyway, these are my guards, and then I'm also using my Andis T outliners. This is my Magic straight razor, and then I have my aftershave, I have shaving gel, and then I have my Cool Care Plus just for cleaning purposes. And right here we have my Andis Pro foils for balding. And over there on the left, you guys can see right here we have the Ion Max 5 Speed clippers and trimmers, and these are some of my favorite clippers. And you guys see down below, I did have my Andis T outliners that are half skeleton and zero gapped. And that list right there is basically a step-by-step process of how I cut my hair. And I just keep it there. I actually didn't look at it during this process, but I keep it there just in case. And I am a beginner. I've probably only cut my hair around 20 times, maybe. But starting out the cut to fix this haircut, I'm starting with a one guard, and I'm literally just going with the lever closed, and I'm gonna be taking out basically that line. And then I put on the 3/2 and I closed it as well. And then I took out that line again. And what I'm doing is after I take out a line, I open the guard all the way, or kind of just work my way up and just step my way up into the fade, because this was a harsh line. Now I take my two guard, I have it open, and I'm taking out all of this bulk. And just to reiterate what I was saying earlier, I literally start with whatever guard I'm using. Like for this case, I used the one guard, started with the lever closed, knocked out the line. And what I'm doing is I'm creating the fade. So I knocked out the line, and then I went in and moved up the lever, opened it up halfway, and then I'd move up, and then I opened it all the way, moved up, and then switched guards to a step up, and then did that process over again with the whole lever. Now what you guys see me doing right here, I'm actually going to be doing a really low, what I would call just a drop fade, taking the taper that was supposed to be there and then creating a drop fade out of it. So I'm just creating that bald guideline at the bottom with my trimmers, and then I go in with my Andis T outliners and take it as low as possible. But yeah, this is just my first guideline, what you would call the bald line, in order to start this fade, just so that I can form how the fade's gonna look. Then I went in with my Andis Pro foils and then balded out as well, just to enhance the fade a whole lot more, just because it'll create such a gradient effect. Now have just the lever open, no guard used right here, and then I'm just going to take my step-by-step process. And you'll see how it's really dark right above my ear, and I actually fix that later on, and with the same process with the lever open and creating that whole fade. So like I said, starting with lever open, and then just go up about an inch. And what I like to do is when I get closer to the back of the head, I'll make it more than an inch. And then I put on my zero guard, lever closed, went up a little bit. And you want to go up about half of an inch when you do your guards, because what you're going to do is you're going to go up half an inch, open the guard halfway, or open the lever halfway, go up another half inch, and then open it all the way and go up about a quarter of an inch to create that gradient. Because I'm literally taking it step by step all the way up, what I would call a fade ladder, to where I start with the lever closed and then open it as I'm going up. And that's just an easy way to fade, and it's actually a new way that I'm learning how to fade. I used to follow 360 GZ steps, but I'm actually trying something of my own with just stepping all the way up. Now right here, I believe I have on a half guard. This is in between a 0 and a 1. And like I said, just taking the steps again, lever closed, knocking out that line, and just blending the fade. all you're doing this entire process is knocking out lines, because every time you cut the hair, it creates a line. But what you notice under the line is that there's no lines under there. So that's a good sign when you're cutting your hair. And but in between cuts, make sure you brush the hair always, because then it feeds the hair through the clippers. And this is my one guard, and again guys, it's the same process: lever closed, lever midway, and then lever fully open, and then I move on to the next guard, because it's literally that gradient process from 0 all the way to I believe a 2 guard with this fade that I'm doing in today's video. Because I'm telling you, at the beginning my hair was looking really gnarly and I needed to fix it ASAP. And it's always good to be able to cut your own hair, just because if you go to a barber and they mess you up, like say you go to a barber for the first time and they mess you up, it's always good to be able to cut your own hair and get it fixed at home. But as you see, I got the 3/2 guard right here, and this is where I'm just, you see the fade come to life with this guard right here. And you could see that there's basically no more lines. And then after I finish up right here, it's basically just touch-up work. And one thing that you'll notice right here, after I finish hitting it right here, you'll notice that there's a line that this guard didn't take care of. So I had to drop it down and then take care of it. And you'll see me do that here in a little bit. I think I just dropped it down to a 1 guard, lever midway open, and took out that line, kind of just worked my way up and down. And that's kind of the tougher parts that just takes time to learn. So I'm actually brushing everything down to see if there's any lines, and you can see that there's still a visible line right there. So I put on my 1 guard, had my lever midway open just to kind of go around where that line is. Then I started like opening and closing the guard, just touching up and seeing what looks best. And you're gonna have to do that when you're doing a haircut, and that's an important step, just to polish the whole haircut. And this is the step that really makes the cut come to life, is the lineup. And one thing that I'm kind of okay with, which I wasn't sure if I was going to be okay with it, is keeping my hairline dark. And it is darker than the actual fade. You can see that it's very visible, but I think it just looks really cool and it's very distinct and unique to myself, versus lightening up that hair by taking it down with probably a 1 guard lever closed going down. I just wanted to keep it dark and let it grow in, and I think it looked okay. And like I said, this is just the part of the haircut that makes everything come together and look really good. And I am doing the lineup with my NST outliners. And as you guys are all seeing, if you are new to my channel, you're seeing that my hairline goes up at one point, and that is because I would just naturally have no hair right there, for lack of better words. My hairline just naturally goes up right there, so I just leave it like that in this video. Now I'm going to take my shave gel and I'll get a generous amount and put it on the areas that I'm going to be using my straight razor on. So I'm going to be doing my corners and kind of round off, that hairline right there. And all the products that I'm using in today's video are going to be linked down below. So when I'm cutting this part, I'll go straight towards the hairline. But when it comes to the top corner, I'll come down on it. You'll see me come down on the hairline once I get to the top part, since it is longer hair. So you see me coming down right here. And I just want to create that, box. And then also we're going to create that corner right here that really emphasizes the fade. This part is really important. Don't skip this step, because this really makes the fade come to life. But I mean, looking at my hair now compared to the beginning, you guys can see a total transformation, and it's just nuts to see that. I mean, just taking your time and really focusing on this haircut, because I was not sure how this was going to turn out because of how close, that line was, that harsh line was close to where my hair breaks off into my long hair. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to create a gradient or a fade at all. But you'll see, man, I did it. This little drop fade. And this is something that I've never done before. And I think it looks really clean, especially compared to the beginning. And obviously I'm still learning. But that is the cut, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and stay tuned. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys do have an amazing day. Matter of fact, have a great day. Peace out and God bless.